Dear student, today video is a continuation of complex number, and this is a second part of complex number from the Ncert book and the exercise of 4.1. Today's video starting from the 7. Now this is the second part. The question is, I times of 7 by 3 plus 1 by 3 minus of 1. And now LCM is 3, then 3 plus 12 plus 4. And I times of LCM is 3, 7 plus 1 minus of 3. Now calculating, we get 3 plus 4 is a 7, 7 plus 12 is a 19 by 3 plus I times of 7 plus 1 is an 8, 8 minus of 3 is an 5, 5 by 3. This is the A plus IB from, whereas A is the 19 by 3 and B is the 5 by 3. So number 7 is completed here. Now we move to the next, that is the 8. By using binomial theorem, we get now calculating, we get we know that I square is equal to minus 1, put here, then we get this one. Since I square is equal to minus 1, these two are vanished. Now minus 4 is there. This is the A plus IB form, whereas A is a minus 4 and B is a 0. This is a complete of 8. Now we move to the next part, that is a 9. Now 9. 1 by 3 plus of 3i and to the power of q. Now putting the formula, standard formula, we get now calculating, we get after calculating, we get this I is there, and I square is equal to minus 1. By putting I square is equal to minus 1, this is the, since I square is equal to minus 1. Now calculating, we get now 27 multiplied with 9, then we get So after calculating we get This is the a plus ib form, whereas a is equal to minus 242 divided by 27 and b is equal to minus 26. So this is a complete of 9. Now we move to the 10. Now simplifying, we get minus 8 and minus 2 square is equal to 4, and this is the minus 1/3 of I, and 3 multiplied with minus 2 multiplied with 1 by 9 of I square and plus of minus I cube by 27. Now calculating, we get minus 8 and 3 3's vanish and minus 4i, and we know that I square is equal to minus 1, so put it here. Then we get minus 1 and minus, that is a plus 2 by 3, and I square is equal to minus 1. Then we get minus minus plus I by 27. Now taking common these two together and taking common of I, then 1 by 27 minus of 4. Now LCM 24 plus of 2 divided by this one, and 27 I times of 1 minus 27 multiplied with 4, then we get 108. So this is the 22 by 3 minus and plus I times of minus 107 divided by 27. This is the a plus ib form, whereas a is equal to minus 22 by 3 and b is equal to minus 107 by 27. This is the complete of 10. Now we move to the next part. Dear students, subscribe the channel for more informations. We move to the next part, that is the 11. Now 11 says that find out the multiplicative inverse of each of the complex number given in exercise 11 to 13. So 11 is, suppose z is equal to 4 minus 3i, then z inverse will be 1 by 4 minus 3i. Now calculating and multiplying with 4 plus 3i, both denominator and numerator, we get so 4 plus 3i, and this is the 16 minus of 9i square, and we know that I square is equal to minus 1, so put it here. So 4 plus 3i, 16 plus 9, so this is the 4 plus 3i and 25, that is 4 by 25 plus 3i by 25. This is the multiplicative inverse of z. So multiplicative inverse of z is equal to this one. The complete of 11. Now we move to the next part. Now 12. Suppose z is equal to root 5 plus 3i, then multiplicative inverse of z Now multiplying root 5 and this one. Now multiplying with this one, then we get now root 5 minus 3i, and this is the formula 5 minus of 3 square, that is the 9i square. And we know that I square is equal to minus 1, then we get root 5 minus of 3i, 5 plus 9, that is root 5 by 14 minus 3i by 14. So this is the multiplicative inverse of this one. This is the complete of 12. Now we move to the next part. Now 13 is that 13 z is equal to minus I. Then z inverse will be 1 by minus I. So multiplying with I, then we get, and this is the I, and we know that I square is equal to minus 1, then we get 1. So multiplicative inverse of minus I will be this one. This is the complete of 13. Now we move to the last and the final exercise of the day, and we are solving the question from the Ncert book for the class 11, okay, in Ncert YouTube channel. 14 says that express the following expressions in the form of a plus ib, and the question is this one: 3 plus I root 5 and 3 minus I root 5 and root 3 plus root 2 of I and minus of root 3 minus I of root 2. Now calculating this, we get 3 square and I square 5, and now this one root 3 and minus, and calculating this we get root 3 is vanish, and 3 square means 9, and this is the plus 5 because of I square is equal to minus 1. Okay, so put it here, and now 2 root 2i. Now 14 2 root 2i and multiply with I, then this is I square, and this is the 7. So this is the 7i by I square is equal to minus 1, that is root 2. So multiplying with 7 root 2 I divided by 2, and minus is there. Now this is a 0 plus I times of minus 2 7 root 2 divided by 2, and this is the a plus ib from, whereas a is equal to 0 and b is equal to minus 7 root 2 divided by 2. So this is a complete of exercise 4.1 from Ncert book, and today is the second part of the exercise 4.1. First part already uploaded in Ncert YouTube channel. Hope these discussions and this solution help you to understand this chapter, that is a complex number chapter, and enrich your knowledge about this chapter.